Again, make a compelling argument in terms to the benefit to the man for why he should date a 35-year-old over a 25-year-old.
Because a 35-year-old should be, and I'm saying should be more emotionally compatible with a 35-year-old man, and they should be in the same life arena. They should have, similar values and an outlook on life and similar goals in life.
Okay. Why?
It's not
At
clear
that
to me.
point in time.
I mean, it's not clear to me as I think there's a differential here between men and women. I think as men get more dating experience, granted, men can become jaded too. As men get more dating experience, they tend to become more attractive to women. As women get more dating experience, and this typically involves
They hate men.
both positive experiences, but also a lot of negative experiences, they tend to become more jaded.
Yeah.
They tend to become a little more less pleasant,
Yes.
less. They have less zest for life.
Yeah. Because
not
they
clear
get
to me.
damaged. They get damaged emotionally.
Yeah, they get
physically.
trauma. They get
Because
trauma.
that's what I said before. Everything that women do, it stays inside of her. And men, for it, just experience. For women, it's more damage on the plate. More damage upon damage. That's exactly my point, what I said before. You just said it in different words. And women don't want to understand it.
But I'll give you some anecdotal experience. So, I mean, I've this idea that all 20-year-olds are immature retards without a fully developed brain.
Yeah.
And 30-plus-year-old women are just super mature. They've got their shit together, won't waste your time, and are just as or more physically attractive than their younger counterparts. Won't be a headache and introduce bullshit to your life. It's just totally absurd. So, anecdotally, I found that older women in their 30s, whatever, late 20s, whatever,
In the 30s.
they're just as, if not more likely to waste your time than younger adult women.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The only trade-off.
I'm just curious to know your point
It's
of view.
because all the women that aren't wasting their time are already taken by 35.
I'll give you, and I've written this down, I'll give you 3 examples from my own dating life, and I actually have many, many more. And these are from a few years ago when I was about 30, 31. 29-year-old PhD student, met on Hinge, set up a first date 30 minutes before we were supposed to meet. She texts and says, something came up, canceled. 35-year-old, I shouldn't say what, professor, met on Hinge. We talk on the phone, set up a date. A few days later, 1 hour before the date, she says she maybe jumped the gun about getting on the dating apps. It's just not a good time in her life to be dating. She
Tried
should
to blow you off.
Regret.
That's it.
Yeah,
Something about you turned her.
No, we never met in person.
I know, but something about how you speak or what you
No,
did.
it had nothing
it's
to do with
turned
it.
them off.
No, she just,
She
she,
wasn't she wasn't
look,
secure.
maybe, I don't know. In any case, she said that, she jumped the gun. Hold on, women have this experience where they get on a dating app and maybe they just got out of a relationship and they schedule a date with a guy and then they're like, do I really want to be dating right now? Why? I don't know why you're making some judgment that it was about something I
Not
did.
you specific, but what
Okay,
case,
anyways,
because I know how women
cool.
are.
30-year-old pharmacist, right? She's a pharmacist, got her pharmacy degree, whatever. You'd think she'd be mature, right? We hung out twice. She's super non-committal with making plans, just strangely evasive, playing hard to get. After a few frustrating attempts to make plans with her, I just stopped texting her. She texted me 3 months later asking why I stopped texting her.
What the hell? She just wanted a fan. She wanted you to be a fan and annoy her.
You just got to charge it to
Let's
the
see,
her ego.
27-year-old nurse met on Hinge 30 minutes before date, texts me and says she isn't over her ex and needs more time to heal.
Oh
She
my
should
God.
have- She should have figured that out before downloading a dating app and wasting my time. 37-year-old orthopedic surgeon
my
She went
stood
to
me up on the
therapist.
first date. 35-year-old nurse, dating app, she told me she was single, actually had a boyfriend of like 10 years who she lived with.
I should set
So,
you up with a nice girl.
Look, I don't know what's up with these fucking women in the medical field. In any case,
Oh, here it is.
in a medical.
I've had plenty of terrible experiences with women who have professional careers and they're in their 30s. Just because you're 30 and you have a career or whatever, it doesn't preclude you from being a fucking pain in the ass and a fucking headache to deal with from a dating perspective.
I totally agree.
Actually, they're more
but-
pain in the ass, I think.
Yeah.
But if you want to pull up like anecdotal evidence to prove your point, I can also pull up
Bless you.
anecdotal
Sure,
evidence
yes,
to
there's
prove my
annoying,
point.
right? There's
Which is no, not even that.
20-year-olds.
But
Yes.
let's talk
Wait,
about
let me-
people
let
that
me-
are in
hold on.
age gap
Hold on.
relationships.
Hold on, wait,
Let's
hold
talk
on.
about every
We
age
can do,
gap
let me
relationship.
just address that
Okay.
really quick. Let me just address that. You're absolutely right. There's annoying people in their 30s. There's annoying people who are 20, right? But if I'm going to be dealing with bullshit from 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds, why don't I just date a girl who's more physically attractive, who's 25, as opposed to 35?
25's fine.
Okay, fine. I'll just go back to 20 then, just to bother you.
Okay. See, then that becomes weird. No, but
Okay.
you can pull up the anecdotal evidence, and I said, let's talk about my anecdotal evidence, which is I have never met somebody in my life, experienced somebody in my life that had a large age gap relationship at a young age that didn't come out of that relationship with like severe trauma.
Yeah.
and didn't
And
come out of that
I hear from
relationship.
plenty of women who date men their own age who come out of the same
But
age
the-
relationships with plenty of
That's true,
trauma.
but I also know a lot of people
In
that
fact,
have
hold on,
have healthy
wait,
relationships.
wait,
But I don't know a single person. I don't know a
finish.
single person
Hold
that
on,
had
stop,
an age gap relationship at a young age
Wait,
that
wait,
had a healthy relationship.
Okay,
Don't know a
cool.
single person.
And here's the reality, though. I would argue most 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old women, they don't want. I actually, just to be clear, if a younger woman doesn't want to, I'm not saying like young women need to date older men. Not the case at all. If you want to date a guy your age, totally cool. And you only want to date a guy your age, no problem with that whatsoever. However, because I think it's the case that most younger women, I think age gap relationships are in the minority. So
They are.
I've heard from almost every single woman that they've had a traumatic dating experience. And it's not with an older man, it's with a dude their age.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
They're
because
still babies.
So
that's because there's a larger pool to come from. But
Right.
again,
But
I've
it
heard,
has
I've
nothing to
heard
do with age
so
then.
many people my age that date people my age that have had healthy relationships. Never heard of somebody my age or younger dating somebody so significantly older that had a healthy
yeah, but
relationship.
what does it really, I
You know
mean,
what I
when
mean?
women say they've had like a bad trauma relationship, does it just mean that the guy didn't put up with your shit?
Sexual abuse, financial abuse.
Okay.
Older men are
Financial abuse?
financially
I
abusing.
had a friend who
What was
dated
that?
a
20-year-old women.
I had a friend. She was 19 at the time. Dated a 29-year-old man. She paid his rent.
Because she wanted to.
She paid his because
Then
he.
she's down bad, bro.
Yeah,
Definitely, she wanted to, she was dominant.
19. She was 19 and impressionable, and was able to be easily manipulated by this 29-year-old dude.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
she was
what
just dumb.
happens.
Yeah, I believe
Because
it.
it's weird. Because
No,
it's a
no,
weird
it's-
age gap
it's a lot of
relationship.
She was
people
just.
And that man targeted her because he knew
Not
she was
ready.
young and impressionable.
I,
Really?
hold
Before,
on, just to
really.
be clear. So if a guy was inclined to financially abuse, wait, hold on, just to be clear. So what was she was paying his rent?
Yeah.
And that's financial abuse?
I mean, financial exploitation.
So just to be clear, so
I think it's
women,
financial
He paid her
so
rent.
you're saying that women, if a man pays of any age, pays a woman's rent,
I think that's weird.
she's financially abusing the man?
I think that's weird unless you're
Now,
in a
so
marriage.
let me ask you-
I think that's
hold on,
it's.
let me
Here's the
ask
thing.
you-
No. Let's talk the details of the
Okay,
case.
you have 10 seconds, but then I'm gonna ask you a
details of the case.
follow-up question.
Why not
The
ask
difference is somebody that's financially secure deciding of their own accord to support another person that is financially insecure versus a financially insecure person being manipulated to support another financially insecure person. I think it's a difference. There's a big difference in those
Sure,
those relationship
all kinds
dynamics.
there's all kinds of differences.
There's a big difference
But what
in
do you
relationship
think? What do you
dynamics.
think? Who's more likely to be financially abused, men or
Yeah,
women?
definitely in the scenario would
Men.
be older men dating younger women. Probably more often the older man would be financially abused.
Well, who's more likely to provide in a relationship, a man or a woman?
men,
But
yeah.
by your logic, a man providing for a woman is financial abuse from the woman directed towards the man.
But here's the thing. So if a man is providing for a woman, what is a woman providing to the man? She's probably providing a family. She's
What?
probably
People have
providing
relationships all the time without
domestic
there being-
labor. She's probably providing domestic labor. But what
Domestic labor? Be so for real.
How
I'm
is
sorry.
that?
What,
A
okay,
definition of
what
domestic
terms
labor.
do you want me to
HR.
use?
It's just funny.
What?
That's
But
what
isn't
you do.
that like the type of relationship so many people aspire to have is the relationship where the man is the breadwinner and the woman can take care of the
Gender
children in
roles,
the home?
absolutely.
Yeah, but isn't that like the trade-off is that the man is providing so that
Thank
the
you,
woman is
Darren.
able to take care of the home and the children? Isn't that like the trade-off? There's a trade-off there, right?